Rebuilding your life is not loud. It is quiet, it is intentional, and it is not for the weak. So if you're in that space, you're in the right place. Hi guys, my name is Zangari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Yeah, I am a mother of one. I am just a woman in their becoming. I am rebuilding beautifully and intentionally without much pressure. Yeah, so on this channel, I will be sharing the realities of motherhood, growth, beauty, business, discipline, generally becoming the woman you once inspired to be or the woman you once prayed to be. Yeah, and we will be doing it not the aesthetic kind of way, yeah, the way we want to make it look nice and all. No, we will be doing it. We will be doing it real, raw. Yeah. So this is the channel for anyone who wants to become better, anyone who feels stuck and wants to get off that position. Generally, anyone who is in their space of wanting to grow. Yeah. So if that's you, kindly subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's grow slowly, softly, and authentically. For one to rebuild, they must be coming from somewhere, or rather they must have a story before, and now you want to rewrite your story. Yeah. So I decided to just give you a short backstory of my experience or my before story, so that you may be able to understand why am I saying that I am rebuilding, and why do I want you guys to walk the journey of rebuilding with me. I would have really wanted you guys to like, for example, I would have wanted you guys to see me go back to school, graduate, but now we are already past that now. And now henceforth, I would want you guys to see me house hands, get a house, furnish the house. If it's starting a business, start up a business, you know, literally walk the journey with me, so that it may encourage someone, or yeah, just motivate you. If you are in your season of fear to start up, it could maybe awaken that side of you that is just so locked from rebuilding or restarting your life again. Because I believe it's never late. It's never late for you to start up your life. So I wrote down a few questions just to guide me to update you on why I am saying I am rebuilding. Yeah. So let's go straight ahead to my first question. Why are you rebuilding? Why are you rebuilding when life looked figured out? So I wrote this question mostly thinking of people who know me from before. And just to start with, I'd say, I think the reason why most people will fear to rebuild their life or start over again, it's because of such a question. Yeah, like, why are you rebuilding when life looks figured out? Yeah, because you see, this question, people normally think the way they see you outside is actually how things are happening behind the scenes. Yeah, and the reason why most people will fear to start again, it's because they're afraid of what the society will say, what, you know, the judgment that comes with starting up again. And I know starting up can come from different angles. It can come from a failed business, it can come from a failed marriage, it can come from poor parenting, and now you may be trying to correct how you're parenting your child. Rebuilding can come from all angles, but it is a different story for every person. Yeah. So I realized most people are afraid to rebuild their lives because of the, you look like things are figured out. Yeah, you look like things are working out nicely for you, so you're afraid of the judgment that will come with "Ay nani," or you get. Yeah, so why am I rebuilding myself when I looked like things are figured out? So for me, I'm rebuilding from a point of I had built a life to a point of a marriage, and unfortunately the marriage didn't work. And I know for so many people, especially those that know me or maybe those that have seen me on social media before, might wonder, you looked like things were okay, but I can tell you for sure that what you see on the outside, it could be right, but also there is what the heart wants, there is how you want your life to align, and there is how you like, there's just how you want your life to look like. And especially in a situation like mine where I was living a marriage, it's never necessarily that the other person is bad. Sometimes you find that it is because someone has, you have decided to live two different lives, you're growing differently, and the way you're growing, it is not aligning to how I see my future. Yeah, if it makes sense. So the way you're growing is different from how I am growing, and yeah, just change maybe in character, change in what makes you happy. You might have not liked something now, and then in future you start to like it, and it no longer aligns to my values and maybe just how I see my future. Yeah, so that is the point where I am coming from. So yeah, why am I rebuilding when life looked figured out? That is why I'm rebuilding. Yeah. Also, at what point did you know you needed to rebuild? I knew I needed to rebuild when I started to feel like I am shrinking. I started to feel like my purpose was so far from me, and there was absolutely no hope for me to get to how I wanted my future to look like. When I realized that most people also will not be able to rebuild, because when you're transitioning, there's a certain dark season that you go through, yeah, that you question everything. So when I got to the point when I'm questioning everything and I'm feeling like everything is not going as I want it to, that's when I knew, you know what, I need to rebuild. I need to start my life again and align it to how I want, how I saw it before, how I envisioned my future. So when I knew it was time for me to rebuild, when I just felt like I'm shrinking, like there's no progress. Actually, that's it. I started to feel like I'm shrinking and there's no progress. Yeah. Question number 3. When did you decide it is time? I decided it is time when I woke up one day and I realized, number one, I looked at myself in the mirror and I couldn't identify myself anymore. Yeah. For some reason, you feel lost. The glow is gone. Yeah. So the day I woke up and I realized I needed to love myself better, I needed to be a better mother to my child, I needed to create a better environment for me and my child, and I needed to build up the future that I had once seen, and I needed to become the woman that I had seen myself as. So that's when I decided, you know what, it is time, and I woke up and I did what I had to do, and I never looked back, and here we are trying to rebuild. Yeah, because building up a new life, rebuilding is a process. It takes time, and we are going to get there eventually. Yeah. So how does rebuilding look like? I will tell you for sure, rebuilding is not easy, and it is different for different people. And in this case, I'll actually talk to women. Women, empower yourselves. Empower yourselves, because how you empower yourself determines how you will rebuild, especially when you're coming from, in this case now that we're talking of a broken marriage. Yeah? How you start to rebuild will depend on how stable you are financially. Yeah, so my rebuilding has not been beautiful. Okay, not the whole time, but, or rather, let me say, rebuilding for me at first was not beautiful at all. It was not beautiful, guys, because I can say I was coming from a point of comfort without peace at that point. Yeah, peace without comfort without peace, and without progress. Yeah, but now I had to go back home. Yeah, you're comfortable, but now here you're slightly uncomfortable, but there's peace, there's progress, and there's hope. Yeah, so for me, rebuilding was not all glamorous, because number one, I had not empowered myself. We don't blame it on any person. You are responsible for your own growth. So I had not empowered myself financially, and so my first option was to go back home. And going back home means going to sharing a room with your nanny, sharing a bed with your child. Yeah, and this is a child whom you had already transitioned to starting to sleep alone in a different room. You have your room, you organize it as you want it. There's privacy, like from the nanny. Yeah, you make decisions. You basically run your home your own way. Excuse me for that. Yeah, you basically run your home for your own way. As a woman, yeah, as a big girl, but now you're back home and you have to be treated like a child. Yeah, parents they never see you growing. They'll always see you as a big child with another child. And let me tell you guys, there's nothing as frustrating as going back home with a child, no finances, and now your parents have to take care of you and your child. It is draining, because there's an age that naturally I should be taking care of my issues. I should be taking care of my child. Yeah, rebuilding for me also meant going back to school. It meant now living with my nanny like my sister. Not like I was treating her any badly when we were living in the other house, but now you're sharing a room, you don't have privacy. You're at home, utatumwa jameni. It's not venye in your own house you are like, fulani, kindly help me do this and this and this. You organize them, oh, you will do these duties and this and this. Here you are even sharing duties. Hakuna nani na boss. You two are like siblings under one mother. Yeah, so rebuilding calls for a lot of humility as well. Ukubali kushuka chini, like you accept that you are in a different environment and the situation is completely different, so that you can allow yourself to start over and progress step by step by step by step. Yeah, so that's basically it for me. I hope I have been able to let you guys get updated on why I am saying I am rebuilding. So rebuilding for me from where we are right now basically means there will be a moment of starting up a business, there will be a moment of house hunting, there will be a moment of furnishing our house, there will be a moment of getting to know new people, new network, basically now growing from where we are. And that's why I decided I want to document this, and I will want to tag you guys along, so that if anyone feels like they are stuck, you should know that you're not alone. Yeah, and just to lay it out that most people don't have things figured out. If anything, most people are trying align their life to how they envision it. So don't be scared to start. Don't be scared to rebuild slowly, patiently. People will judge. They will judge. Actually, one thing that I have always told myself, there is hard, whatever decision you make when you're rebuilding, it will always be hard. It will be hard to stay in your current situation, and it will also be hard to start all over again. So you choose your hard. Yeah. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Remember to subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let us rebuild slowly and softly. Yeah. And for that, adios.